Hello everyone, welcome again to another lazy show where we teach you AutoCAD in a way that is more productive so you can stop wasting your time. So as always, we show up here each Sunday at 10 a.m. and that is Pennsylvania in the United States time. So we're gonna start today's presentation in a moment, as always. But first, let me jump to the chat, say hi to you, ask you how are you doing today, my friend. Hope you're doing great, and let's see who is on the chat today. Okay, let's see. Cedric Garcia says, "Let's go." Hey, Cedric. I don't remember having seen you, but if you are new to these live streams, that's awesome. Welcome aboard. That simply means either YouTube or Facebook is recommending our live streams to more folks, right? That's great. Welcome, Cedric. Um, Our friend Patel is on the chat. Says, hello, sir. Hey, Patel. Hope you're doing great, my friend. So I'm glad that you are here with us today. Um, our friend Martin is also on the chat. Hello, all. Hope all as well. Hey, Martin. Happy to have you here, my friend. Hope you're doing great today. And thank you for being here with us. Today we're gonna have an awesome presentation, an AutoCAD test that we're gonna do live together, and hopefully you can learn some useful tips that you can immediately implement in your AutoCAD workflow. All right, so let me start getting ready over here so we can start the presentation. And as always, if you have any question, right, simply put it on the chat and we'll be able to read your question live. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's do this exercise, woodwork, and let's see how we can during this presentation share also some useful tips that you can implement in your workflow. All right, so let's do together this exercise again. This is an AutoCAD test for a job interview. We did many, I think 4 already so far in the channel, but uh, it seems like you enjoy this series, so that's what I'm doing. This fifth AutoCAD, I call it the lazy test. So let's do this. Right, exercise 1. Let's start a new file in metric. Okay, so I'm gonna go under the new option and say browse templates. Right over here, the test is asking to pick the AutoCAD ISO DWT. So AutoCAD ISO is right here. That's the DWT extension. That simply means it's a template from AutoCAD. So I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Next says set it up as shown. Either use limits as shown below or put a line 0, 0. Okay, so I'm gonna set the limits or units below also. So I'm gonna type units like so, and then says decimal and precision 0. So right now it's decimal because we picked the correct template, but the precision is not. So let's select that, and we can pick only 1, 0 like so. So I'm gonna click OK. My unit is done, and let's continue now the limits. So let's use the limits, And let's specify a lower left corner at minus 10 comma minus 10, and press enter. And then the upper right corner at 1000 comma 800. So 1000 comma 800 and enter. So it looks like nothing happened, but we just set the limits here in our drawing, so we cannot go or move um, to the infinity, right? Because AutoCAD, it's the model space you can move or zoom very, very far away. So that's why we are setting limits here. Um, so next, the test says command snaps. So I'm gonna use the snap command. And over here, instructions says to specify a number 5 for this spacing. So currently it's at 10, so I'm gonna say 5. Next, we need to change the grid option, so I'm gonna type grid and center. And for the grid, they are asking to be 10. Currently it's 10, so that's fine. I'm gonna simply press enter to accept that 10 value. Next, we need to use the command zoom all. So they're saying go to the view pull down menu. So let's see, if we go to view, we're looking for the zoom all over here. Viewport tools, probably not in here. Name views, nope, that's not it. So looks like we don't have the zoom all option from the ribbon. So what I'm gonna do is type it, right? Use the command line version. So I'm gonna say zoom, and then follow the options right here. There's an option that says all. So I'm gonna select that option, and now I did zoom all as the test requested. Now looks like I'm ready to start drawing my geometry right here. This woodwork looks like a cabinet. Yeah, it says paper cabinet. So I'm gonna start with this side elevation, and I'm gonna use a polyline for that using the shortcut PL. So the test doesn't specify where to start, so I'm gonna start right about here in the corner. So I'm gonna click somewhere around here, and then um, so I need to somehow constrain my line to go nicely and straight. So I'm gonna use or activate the ortho mode setting, so that way I can go nicely straight up. So according to the test, it's 690. So I can move and try to find the 690 like so, and simply click once I found it. Um, Next, we need 305 to the right. So again, I can try to find using the grid, right, the number, but I'm gonna instead type the number because that's quicker. So I'm gonna type 305, press enter, and then I can go down. And so I need, what's the size of this over here? Okay, so it's 35. Now, how do I leave a 35 gap over here? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my extension lines by hovering on this line over here on this endpoint, only hovering on it and then move to the right like so, I can see an X, a white X. Um, so then what I can do is I can say from like so, right? Because I need this 35 gap right there. So what I'm gonna do is again hover on it. I can see my X. Once I see the X for the extension, I'm gonna click on it, and I want a 35 units for the gap. So I'm gonna move up and say 35 and press enter. And now I left a nice gap right there. So next I need to move to the left, and that's 35 also. So I'm gonna go 35, move down 35 of course, and press enter. And then I can go ahead and close by clicking on it and pressing enter. Oh, great. So I just drew this left elevation for my paper cabinet. Let me now do the other one. So I'm gonna type again um, PL, and then what I can do is so to start right on the same level as this side elevation, what I can do is hover on it and simply move my cursor like so, and I'm gonna click right there. So we need 580 right here. So I'm gonna move to the right, say 580, press enter. Next, um, I need to move down. Now, um, so I know it's 690 all the way down, but I want to stop right here on this corner because looks like there is a square right here that I can offset. So I'm gonna stop right about here on this corner then. Um, so I'm gonna start using my extension lines like so by hovering on my other geometry, and once I see the X I can click on it. Then of course it's gonna be the same size as the top line. So again I'm gonna hover on it and move down till I see the X right there. So I'm gonna click, and then instead of trying to click again, I'm gonna simply type C to close the polyline like so. Now I can offset the value of 20 right here to this rectangle, and I'm gonna use the O shortcut for the offset command, and I'm gonna type 20 for the value. And then of course I'm gonna select my objects. I'm gonna go to the inside because the outside dimensions are correct. So I'm gonna go to the inside and click and press enter. All right. So next I need this bottom. So I'm gonna type PL again. Hovering on this corner, I'm gonna click on it, and then of course I'm gonna try to use my existing geometry to again quickly draw this using the extension lines, and I'm gonna press enter. Great. So we need a couple of lines over here. So I'm gonna start using the L shortcut for the line command, and what I can do to get exactly 70 units, I can hover over this corner, move it down, and once I see that white X, I can type 70 and press enter, and that way I can start my line exactly from that 70 value. Great. So now since there are many lines spaced at 70, I'm gonna use the offset command, And for the distance, I'm gonna type 70. So 70, center, select my line, and offset it down once, twice, and three times. So once, twice, and three times. So now the distance changed to 80, 120, and so on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press enter and press enter one more time to repeat that command. I don't need to type O again. So I'm gonna type 80 and offset this line. Again, two times enter, and 120 now for the distance. So offset this line 120 and press enter to finalize that. Great. So what we need now is this handle over here. So 24 by 96. So I'm gonna draw that using the polyline again with the PL shortcut. So the location, of course, have to be exactly on the center. So for now, I'm gonna start here, move down 24, and then 96 to the left, 96, and I can move up and click on it and finally press enter. So I can move my handle now using the move command with the M shortcut exactly from this midpoint, and I can use my geometry here on the bottom again to exactly move it up in the middle like so. So now I need to a radius, a circular radius or arc on these corners with 12. So I'm gonna use the fillet command for that with the F shortcut, and following the instructions there is an option for radius over here, so I'm gonna select that, and the radius would be 12. I'm gonna use that value, and then I'm gonna select my geometry, this line, this other line, and nice. So to repeat the fillet command, I'm gonna press enter, and I don't need to input the 12 value for the radius anymore because it's already saved. So I'm gonna simply select my two objects right here, and that's done. Now I can copy my handle using the copy command or the CO shortcut, and I can copy from this point here, here, and move my way up like so. So I'm gonna press escape on my keyboard, and great. So far the geometry is good, but I need to add some of these dimensions right here. Okay, so I'm gonna add a dimension. Um, so I'm gonna use the DLI shortcut for dim linear, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press enter, and I'm gonna select my point right here. But before we moved with the adding the dimensions, I'm gonna stop and jump to the chat because it looks like we have some comments. Um, Lexus is on the chat, says hello or hola. Hi, Lexus. If you can give us your real name, that would be awesome. Hola, so tú hablas español. Bienvenido. Um, También hablo español, Lexus. ¿Cómo te llamas? Designs by Cat Pro says greetings, lazy. Hey, hi, this Cat Pro. um, so Martin says, why do you prefer polylined to line? That's a great question, Martin. So, let me see how can I answer that. But that's a great question, Martin. So it depends on the needs, right? It depends on what you need. For instance, Martin, you can see over here that I didn't use a polyline for this cabinet right here. I simply used lines because I didn't need a polyline. I didn't need an item to offset or something. I simply needed simple lines over here. But in this case, I used a polyline because I knew I'm going to have to offset it by the value of 20. So that's where I use a polyline here, Martin, and you saw that I quickly offsetted it, and I didn't have to. If I will have, if I use lines over here, I will have to offset each line one by one, and I don't want that, Martin. Similar here, I use polyline because this is a single object. Um, and later on, you're gonna see that when I add my dimensions, by having this as a polyline, I'm gonna add my dimensions quickly, Martin, and you're gonna see that in a moment. Um, so yeah, so again, Martin, hopefully I answered your question. Um, CAD process, I always use polyline myself. That's what I was trying to explain, Martin. CAD Pro, again, yeah, you can use polylines always, but in my case, I use polylines whenever I feel I need it. Over here, I didn't think that I need a polyline because these would be only lines that I didn't have to do anything else later on. So that's what I only used lines. All right. Let's see. Our friend. Oh, and then here, I used a polyline again with the idea that I'm going to have to copy these items over here, right? Many times. So if I have this, so I'm going to explode this so you can see. If I have these as lines and everything, I'm going to have to probably select all of these one by one. Not only that, but let's say I want to move all of my geometry. Maybe I forget one little line right there or whatever. So it's going to cause issues, right? So that's why I'm going to undo with Control Z. That's what I thought on a polyline also for the handle. Uh, CAD process. You mean a handle at top? Yeah, handle. Yeah. Let's see. Martin says yes. But what the advantage of a polyline? Um. Yeah. Again, Martin. I think I already answered that question. Um. But another advantage would be that you can quickly select your polyline instead of um, if this would be lines, you will have to select one line, two lines, three lines, four lines to maybe copy this, right? So yeah, that's the advantage again, Martin, of having a polyline. Also the way that you can quickly select them, reuse them, copy them, and so on. CAD process. P line is good for hatches for one thing. Yeah, that's another advantage right there. That we can quickly hatch a polyline, right? And let's say I use the H shortcut for the hatch. I can quickly select the objects and maybe hatch this, right? Let's select this object, and you can see I quickly hatch that object. I'm gonna do that. If these were lines, right, let me explode it. So this is a line, as you can see, line, line, and so on. how I'm gonna hatch my entire um, cabinet, right? If I click on it, I'm gonna only hatch this portion, and I'm gonna have to start hatching all of these areas one by one, and we don't want that. So I'm gonna do everything that I just did. 'Cause- right. So, but great, CAD Pro. That's another advantage, Martin, of using polylines. There are many, of course, but those are just a few. Explain CAD Pro. I hatch okay with line. But I just show you, Martin, a good example. Um, let's see if Martin still have comments. A CAD process polyline would make a all one line for select a line option in a hatch command. Yeah, that's what I just explained. Martin says, okay, thanks for that. I will think on that in the future. Great, Martin. That's why we are here doing this exercise, because even though you might have, many years of experience, there are always things that you can learn, right? When you work in AutoCAD. Martin says, just thanks for the explanation. Never thought of it like that. Here we go. um, cut process. You can also make the line with p-edit change the width of it too. That's another advantage. Whoa, how many years of experience do you have CAD Pro with AutoCAD? Because yeah, you're giving us good tips right here. So let me explain a little bit about what just CAD Pro mentioned. So for instance, a polyline, right? If we open our properties palette with the shortcut PR, and we have a polyline right here, what we can do is we can change, as CAD Pro was suggesting, the width, right? So if we go over here, there is an option that says global width. So if I change that to 1, or let's change it to 3 so you can see better, or maybe let's exaggerate, 6. Here we go. So you can see how we were able to change the width of this item, and this is important sometimes because when we print, we sometimes need the border to show up thicker than the rest, and we of course couldn't do that over here with a single line. As you can see, there is no way to change the thickness. This is not the same. This value is not the same, so that's a different thing. But of course, there are other ways to achieve this using layers, colors, and so on. But again, you saw that quickly a polyline, if we use a polyline, we can change the width. All right. So I'm gonna undo everything that I just did. Okay. All right. So another great tip by CAD Pro, and that's what I like to do these presentations live, right? Because that's the beauty. There are many folks from our community that have many years of experience, and it's nice that they can share all of their knowledge with the new folks that are learning. So yeah, cut process, more than one way to skin a cat. Sorry about that. All right. Cut process 20 plus. Whoa, that's a lot of years, my friend. 20 years of experience using AutoCAD. Whoa. We have plenty of folks here. I think Douglas also has more than 20 years. I don't see Douglas over here, but Rachel also. Yeah, many folks have a lot of experience with AutoCAD. Since AutoCAD R14. Whoa. Thanks for sharing that, my friend. What's your real name, Cat Pro? Martin says, same, Cat Pro. Whoa, Martin, you also have plus 20 years of experience. Didn't know that, Martin. That's great. Um, Martin says, but I dropped off for a number of years, and only now getting back to it. Oh, all right. Okay, Martin. Um, so yeah, where are you from, our friend Cat Pro? And if you can give us your real name, that would be awesome. Cat Pro says Charlotte area. Oh, you are in the U.S. Whoa, that's great. I guess right. That's the U.S. I guess. Tim. Hey, that's nice. So that way we can communicate better, right? Tim. I'll try to remember that, Cat Pro. Of course, if you keep coming to the live streams, right? Otherwise, I'll forget. Um, okay, so Tim, I'm gonna remember that. I remember R14. I loved it. Wow. Uh, the um, the oldest AutoCAD version that I used was AutoCAD 2004. So yeah, 2004 or the year 2004. That was the oldest version that I used. That's Kumar says, "Good morning, sir." Hey, Kumar, my friend. I'm happy that you are here with us. Hope you're doing great, Kumar. Um, Tim says, R14 was the best AutoCAD. Yeah, I don't know. I cannot share my experience with R14 because I didn't use it. Martin, our friend Cat Pro's name is Tim. So we have a new folk engineer, Hussein. Hussein says, hi, Hussein. Hope you're doing great. I think you're new to these live streams. If that's the case, welcome aboard. We are here each Sunday at 10 a.m., and that is Pennsylvania in the United States time. So, yeah, welcome aboard, Hussein. Um, Hussein says, yes. Yeah, so you're new. That's what I knew. So, welcome aboard again, Hussein. Martin says, am I dreaming or was there a R12? Um, that's a good question. Um, let's do a quick research, right? Because we are here, so why not? So AutoCAD R12, June between the answers, the folder. So when the AutoCAD 12 came out? Yeah, so I think you're right, Martin. I think you're right. Uh, all right. So let's see. Nate is also on the chat. Says, "Caught first live stream. Been watching the videos here in Durham." Hey, hi Nate. Welcome to these live streams. So I think yeah. So we are here each Sunday at 10 a.m. So you can join us again. We try to be consistent with the live streams, right? So yeah, we've been doing this for years already, so we hope we can continue to do so. Nate, hope you're doing great, Nate. Um, so thank you, says Hussein. Martin says, I'm not sure the early version names. Yeah. Cat Pro or Tim says they were R1 to R14, then began naming after the years in 2004 and '05, I think. So yeah, Tim, um, 2004, that's the year or the AutoCAD version that I started with in this architectural job or office. So yeah, Mary says there was. Hey Mary, hope you're doing great. My friend Mary, it's always nice to have you here each Sunday. Hope you're doing great, Mary. Let's see, Martin says, hi Nate, I'm outside London. Yeah, Martin, it's in England, so we have many folks from all over the world here. So that's great. Um, Tim says, used with DOS2. Whoa! I use DOS, but um, not AutoCAD. At that time, I didn't even know AutoCAD existed, but I know what you're talking about. Tim, Mary says, hello, Lazy Arquitecto. Hello, Mary. Glad you are here. Tim says, hi, Nate. Hey, that's awesome, guys, that you are now interacting between each other. That's awesome. That simply means that now you're not only gonna come for me or the live streams, but also to talk to each other, right? To meet each other. That's how communities get built, and I'm very happy and excited to see more of that interaction between you guys. That's awesome. Hussein says, I'm looking for most powerful laptop, maximum GPU, maximum storage space, maximum RAM for 3ds architectural modeling, rendering, and visualization. Please advise. Hussein, let's see. You're looking for a laptop. So let's see. Mm, let's see how I can share with you this. Okay, maybe I can share this. So, to be honest with you, Hussein, I'm not the best person to give you an advice on computer specs and RAM and memory and all of that good stuff because I'm not an expert on it. But I can recommend what I use, right? Because I personally use and the laptop that I use, let's see, I think it's in any of our videos. Um, so if you go to any of our videos description, we can see over here it says get my cat gear and oops, are you seeing it? Let's see if you're seeing it. Yeah. And if you go on that link, you're gonna see the laptop that I can recommend. Again, this is a laptop that I personally use. I use this for my university and I keep using it. Um, so yeah, Hussein. So if you wanna, take a look at that, definitely this is a powerful laptop that I use. I use AutoCAD, I use Revit, and all other programs with no problem. So yeah. Uh, so if you didn't know, for the folks that didn't know, again, that's how you can access my gear recommendations, such as mouse, um, chairs, even lasers for people who, have to do site surveys. Um, my desk, that's the desk that I use. And again, all of these products are only I can only recommend it because I use them, right? I'm currently using them. So yeah, Hopefully that can help you, Hussein. Martin says, if you find Shafate, I love to get one myself. Oh, oh, you're also looking for a laptop, Martin? So yeah, Martin, take a look at the laptop that I use that I can recommend. It's a Lenovo laptop again. Um, so yeah, Martin, you can take a look at that. And I also, explain you why or how I start using it. Um, so yeah, you can read about it. Um, again, I wrote my experience with that product. Anyway, so Tim says, Nate Newman, just make sure you have a 64-bit computer for starters. Yep, that's a great recommendation. Yeah, 64. Yeah, that laptop that I just showed, 64. The computer that I'm using, a desk computer I'm using is 64. Yeah. Um, Martin says, thanks all. All right, so let's finish this exercise or test, right? So we can keep the conversation going. All right. So okay. So to finish this exercise, I need to add now these dimensions. So I'm gonna use the dim linear with the DLI shortcut, and I'm gonna click this point and then this other point right here, and I'm gonna specify my dimension right about there. My dimension looks so tiny that I cannot see the number. So I'm gonna change the scale of my dimension using this system variable that I learned, dim scale, and I'm gonna see that it's 1, so I'm gonna change it to 8, and I'm gonna add my dimension again, this point, this point, and now I can see my dimension now much better. Great. So I'm gonna erase this other tiny dimension. Okay, so I'm gonna add this bottom part dimensioning. So instead of dimensioning one by one, I'm gonna use the QDim command. So, and it's nice that I use a polyline now because I can simply select my object and press enter and then move down, and I can click and quickly add my dimensions like so. So next, I'm gonna add another dimension right here using the dim linear command. Instead of picking 2 points, this time I'm gonna press enter and select my object once, and I can go up and click like so. So over here, I need to dimension all of this row. So I'm not gonna dimension this one by one, it'll take me forever. So I'm gonna use the qdim command or quick dim command, and again I'm gonna select everything and press enter, and then move to the right, and I'm gonna select right about here. Great. So next, what I can see is I need a dimension over here on the bottom. So dim linear, select these 2 points and align it exactly with this other dimension like so. Great. So now I need also dimensions for this handle. So I'm gonna press enter to repeat the dim linear, and I'm gonna select these two and go down, press enter, and I'm gonna select these two and move like so. Finally, I'm gonna add this radius dimension over here. So if I use the dim linear again, doesn't give me that option to dimension the radius. So if I use the QDim, doesn't also give me that option to measure the radius. So I'm gonna use a third dimension option, which is dim command. And over here there is an option for angular. So I'm gonna click that option, and then I'm gonna select my arc right here. Click on it, and it's giving me an angle. I don't want an angle. So there is a radius option here. Nice. So I'm gonna select that option, and now I can see a radius. Great. So I'm gonna finally click like so and press enter. Awesome. Now looks like I added all of my dimensions, but I don't like a couple of things. First, I don't like that the extension lines are going inside my drawing, my geometry. That can cause confusion. So I don't like that. So I'm gonna fix that. Um, and also over here we have an issue right here, an overlapping dimension. So it's 35 on this side. So I'm gonna simply move that like so. And then I can see another overlapping dimension right here. So it's 155 or 155. So I'm gonna erase this dimension because again it's from this point to over here. So I'm gonna select that and click like so to have a 155. Great. Now there are a couple of things that I like to modify on these dimensions. Like I was saying, I don't like that it's overlapping my geometry, and also I don't like that there is a line over here, but it's nice and clean on the exercise over here. So I'm gonna use the density command to access my dimension styles option. So over here, so there's only one dimension, so that's the dimension I'm using. But let me double check that. So I'm gonna open my properties with here shortcut, select one of the dimensions, and check the dim style. Yes, is ISO 25. Awesome. And use the density command again and select my correct dimension style, and I'm gonna say modify. Okay, I'm gonna go to the lines tab because I wanna change these fixed length extension lines. So again, over here, I don't like that it's overlapping my geometry. So for the value, I'm gonna leave it at 1 for now. I'm gonna click OK, and let's take a look at here. I'm gonna click close, and nope, it's too much. My extension lines are so small now. I don't want that. So I'm gonna press enter again to access the dim style. Select my style, hit modify, and I'm gonna change it by 10 and click OK. And great, I like this. I can see my extension lines now are away from my geometry, and that's what I like. The other thing that I want to do is remove this line on my dimension, right? Because the exercise, it looks empty and it looks cleaner. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna press enter to access my dimension style, hit modify, and for that option, let's see where can I find that option. Primary units, fit. Yeah, so you gotta be fit because what happens when the dimension value doesn't fit, right? So what I like to do is always um, hmm, here we go. Draw dim line between extension lines. Nope, I don't want that. So I'm gonna uncheck that and hit OK. And let's see if it cleans this part. So I'm gonna close. And great, it did clean it. Awesome. So overheat also, and on the 20 value as well. Great. All right. So this exercise is completed, and hope you learned something awesome today. Let me jump to the chat now. Of course, let me save this drawing with Control S on my keyboard and maybe name this drawing exercise 1 would work, and save it and close it, of course. Great. So let me jump to the chat now and see what do you guys think about today's test. I call this lazy test. We have four so far. This would be number five. And since you guys, it looks like you enjoy this type of this series, so I did one more. All right. So let me jump to the chat, see what do you guys think before we wrap up today's presentation with 10 people connected live. That's awesome that you are still here with me. Hopefully you learned something awesome. So let me jump to the chat. Um, let's see. Martin says, okay, so I think I already read this. Tim says, Nate. Okay, I think I read that. Martin says, think so. Kumar says, hi, sir. Any idea about all the array converted to block reference? Array converted to block reference. What do you mean, Kumar? Do you mean the array functionality or parameter inside a block? Or do you mean the regular array command? Nate says, thanks, but it was the wrong person. Thanks, but it was for the wrong person. Oh, you mean the computer specs? Martin says, whoa, I never knew that trick. Here we go, Martin. I'm glad that I hear that because that means even though this looks like a basic exercise, uh, you, Martin, with plenty years of experience using AutoCAD, also learned something new, right? That you can implement in your workflow now. So that's great, Martin. Thank you for sharing that. Um, so Martin says, I never knew that trick either. P line in the future, I think. Hey, Martin, here we go. Now, I think, Martin, what you are taking away from today's presentation is when to use line and when to use polyline, right? Both have different needs. So now I think after today's presentation, you're definitely gonna understand when to use each one, right? And hopefully you can use that. Um, you can use what you just learned to your future AutoCAD projects, right, Martin? Martin says, before you finish, Irving, last handle missing uh, from top drawer. Cool exercise. Thanks. Here we go. We missed one handle. Thank you, Martin. And we're gonna have a giveaway today, guys. So stay tuned for that. So we're gonna have a giveaway because we're having a member live stream next week. As always, we do this private live streams. It's a way to, help people who support our work. And the giveaway is gonna be a free pass to be in this members only or private live stream. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna do that in a moment after I finish reading your comments. Um, Thank you, Martin. Here we go. Martin, catch this. So I'm gonna simply copy that really quick with the copy command. Great. Good catch, Martin. All right, thank you, Martin. Husan says, please advise which one is best and more powerful. Thank you. So you're talking about the polyline? You can rewatch this live stream, Hussein. I think I already explained this in detail many times with examples and everything a couple of minutes ago, Hussein. Um, so Kumar says, I face problem regarding the regular array in my DWG converted into block reference. Converted into block reference. But what problem do you face? If you can be specific with your issue, Kumar, that would be awesome. Um, because it's hard for me to figure it out. What problem are you facing? But unable to recreate it down, but unable to recreate it. Don't know what happens. Also raised a support request regarding this issue. Kumar, what I'll suggest here is send your blog, send your file with the array ready and everything, send me an email explaining, and then I can take a look at it and maybe do an entire live stream fixing your problem, right? uh, because we have a series called the lazy question. Where is it? We have a series called the lazy question, where um, let's see if I can find it. Lazy question right here, and we have helped so many folks. I think 11 so far, with their issue or maybe with their automation, so they can work more efficient in AutoCAD. So yeah, do that, Kumar. That's the best way that we can help you. Kumar says, okay. All right, so let's quickly do a giveaway for folks that are still with me today. Um, okay, so let me start getting ready over here. Let's see. Okay, giveaway, guys. This is very fun. I always love these giveaways. um, okay, let me see how. Okay, so let's see. All right. So simply type lazy or hashtag lazy on the chat to participate for folks to want to who wants to win a free pass to our members only live stream or private live stream next week, next Sunday at 10 a.m. So just put hashtag lazy on the chat. Again, we do this members only live stream once per month, usually or always the last Sunday of each month. Um, and again, this is a way that I found to share a little bit of my knowledge with these folks that support my work, right? Either as a YouTube member or as a patron. So that's a way for me to, you know, connect better, right? And try to help them. So yeah, if you want to participate, just say hashtag lazy on the chat, and I'm gonna quickly pick a winner from randomly, right? Okay, Martin, you're gonna be there because you're a member, you're a supporter. That's great. Thank you, Martin. So Kumar is saying hashtag lazy on the chat. Okay, right. So let's see over here. Martin has a comment, says, in a coming video, could we tackle the subject of laptop? I'm looking like someone else here. You mentioned 64-bit theme, thanks for that, but it's a 128-bit better? What graphics card needed for 3D? That's a good recommendation, Martin. In that case, I might need to bring a friend of mine who is knowledgeable and about these computer specs and everything. So he was the one that helped me build my PC or my desktop computer from scratch. So yeah, I might think about that, Martin. Um, so yeah, right, guys. So we are about to wrap up today's live stream, which was awesome. We went over this exercise that hopefully, um, even though you had many years of experience, you learned something, like our friend Martin. And now we're gonna pick a winner for a free pass to our members only live stream coming next week, where the beauty of that is that you can share your screen, right? It's not like here where it's restricted only for me to share my screen. On those private live streams or member live streams, what happened is that you have the ability to share your screen with me, with the members that are there, to quickly help you with your issue, or maybe help you automate something or optimize something in AutoCAD, whatever you need help with, right? That's the whole goal of those private meetings. Um, so yeah, Dark Magician is on the chat, says hashtag lazy. All right, so I'm gonna pick a winner right now because it's already 11:07 and um I'm very hungry. I'm starving as always. I need to go and get my breakfast. Hello, Arch, says Dark Magician. Hello, Dark Magician. I don't know if you gave me already your real name, but if you did, I forgot. Sorry about that. But I think maybe I forgot because you didn't show up to our live streams consistently. Anyway, all right. So I'm ready to pick a winner. Good luck, Kumar. Good luck, Dark Magician. And here we go. Let's see. Layers. Okay. So, all right. Good luck to you guys. And I'm gonna hit start. Hey, hey, Kumar, congrats, my friend. You just won a free pass to our members only live stream next week, this coming Sunday at 10 a.m. also. So, congrats, Kumar. So just send me your email. Just put your email in any of our video comments, and I'll send you the link and everything so you can join this coming Sunday at 10 a.m. Kumar. All right. So I think we're gonna stop right now. Martin says, enjoy your breakfast, Irving. Good luck to all in the coming week. Looking forward to the next week's session. Yes, Martin. So you're gonna be there. You're a member, I believe. So thank you for that, for supporting our work. And I'm gonna stop right here, and hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your week, my friend. Okay, see you here next Sunday. Congrats, Kumar.